I'm a very, very unusual specimen in that after Vermont and a short stint at the Vanguard Press in Vermont, I came to New York City and I joined a little ad agency called CDM that had 17 people. I'm in effect still employed now 30 years later by the same organization. So I've in effect had one run and one career with one organization. But in reality, it hasn't been one job for 30 years. I've had 30 different jobs, and every single year the essence of my job seems to change and requires an openness and a limberness in terms of learning everything from new channels, new media, new customers, new management issues, new financial issues. So I think that if there's one takeaway that I have from that is that you really have to be open and willing to change in order to advance and continue to grow. There were a lot of leadership lessons that I learned at UVM, but they mostly revolved around the Vermont Cynic. I think, learned how to work in a group dynamic, how to resolve conflict and issues on the Cynic, how to strive for excellence and push each other in order to put out a great product and a better product week in and week out at the Cynic. And my entire professional life has really been an exploded model of that creative set of relationships, writers, designers, technology people working together to put something out. I just happen to do it right now in the marketing and communication space. I think one way that we really try to maintain energy and great team dynamics is by focusing on diversity of folks and ideas and points of view. I think that when we have different people with different angles and different approaches and different appreciations, they are able to collaborate, and you actually get ideas that emerge at the intersections of different people's points of view that actually make what we're doing much stronger. The other aspect of it, I think, has a lot to do with casting, and I think a lot of what we do in as an agency, whether we're pitching new business or we're staffing business and we're trying to break a campaign for a client or crack a challenging marketing problem, is figuring out what is the right casting and who do we need, and making sure that we have that right mix and casting diversity of folks on teams. It's something that we do before we set up teams. We very often will swap people out because we really think that if you get the casting right, you can ultimately deliver and you get a better product out of the team. And the last thing I'd say as a piece of advice is I wouldn't be always so fixated on what you think you should be doing, what kind of company or what line of work, but I'd pay attention to whom you're doing that with. Because one of the things that I've come to find is that I've stuck around my agency and my company because my partners are incredibly talented, decent, generous, honest, trustworthy, upstanding people, and being in a culture like that where you can grow and you know who you're dealing with and you have mutually aligned aims, that can give you a really satisfying career and life. And sometimes I think people don't take that into account. It's not always the what you're doing, it's the whom you're doing it with, and I think that's really important.